Welcome back to Vincent's Bike Ride as I meander my way north of New Zealand. Had a pleasant night at my friend's place near where I am now, just leaving Henderson, a suburb of Auckland. It was an interesting day yesterday, cycling through the city. Not my favourite riding is city riding, with luggage anyway. God, this is a horrible cycling lane, man. Yeah, it's I didn't know where I was going, so you feel like you're spending so much time just looking for street names and figuring out where you are and where you should be. It's a bit tedious. I didn't film it all either because I'm actually running out of space in my storage, in my camera. I did my best. Right, so today, as you can tell, is rather overcast. It's quite cool. If I look at my little thermometer, which isn't very accurate, it's saying around 20 degrees, 19, 20, something like that. I find that thing reads on the bit of the low side generally. I got it in Thailand. I wonder if they do it so that people think it's cooler than it really is. Boy, it was hot there. So today, I don't intend to go too far, but we never know. Yesterday was close to 75 k's. We'll see how today. Just there's a town I wouldn't mind staying at. I'm not sure how far it is. I think it's something like Helensville. I think there's camping accommodation. I could do with actually having a day off. I know it sounds weird after having those 2 days non-cycling in Pukekohe, but I was watching motorbike racing, so I didn't do very much editing of these videos. I haven't even done the first video. It takes so long to render these videos. That's also why yesterday I didn't use this 360 camera. I can edit the 4K camera, or you don't edit it, it's just a set view. So it saves me a lot of time. Wish there was a cycle lane by this motorway. There's one there, but who knows where it goes. I found cycle lanes to be very erratic all over the world. Apart from really Belgium and Netherlands, they had really good cycle lanes. Oh God, I'm in low gear. So in New Zealand, I don't know where any of these lanes go. There's no overarching destinations, it seems, on them that I can fathom. And sometimes they mention mountain bike trails, so it'd be really nice to know if you can take a heavily laden road bike, touring bike on these routes. I don't know. Really would like to get onto this motorway. It's over to my right, which I You can't see, but it's there. Oh, you can see it now. Climbing up the hill. Essentially, I have to go on that road to get to this Helensville. I'm guessing the name, I've forgotten. Because it's the only way to get there. It's the only road. So I imagine you can cycle on it eventually. But I did see a no cycling, no skateboarding as well sign, no pedestrian something, when I went to the motorway. So it looks like there was a cycle lane beside it. I think there is. And that's a way on there. Oh man, I wish I'd taken that. Oh, a little hedgehog. Oh well, now I think there is a lane. I'm going the wrong way. Yeah, I'm going to go back for that lane. Wait, hang on. There's a road there. Guys, what's that? Oh, we're going away from the motorway. I'm going to have to do a U-turn. This is the annoying part. I'm trying to find places. It's not too far back here. Good morning. She'll be thinking, look at that fool. Doesn't know where he's going. She's got a point. Here we go, this looks like the entrance to that pedestrian or cycling lane. I hope it's going the right way. The problem with these, you don't know where they're going. So it's north, I want to go north. That's a good start. Oh well, if it's like this the whole way, I like it. Being isolated on my own little road. It's a nice piece of road too. You might notice I speak less going up hills. There's a good reason for it. I'm out of breath. I am not a super fit, healthy, athletic man. I tend to struggle along, not fly along. But I do tend to make it, so good for me, I guess. And remember, I'm doing this for you, so you don't have to. Though you should. Not necessarily come to New Zealand to ride your bicycle, but ride a bicycle. Yeah. If you're able. Well, there's a sign, Upper Harbour, it's Mways motorway, and North Helensville. That was the town, wasn't it? Helensville. The worrisome part is the cycle lane's not going to Helensville. It's veering off to Royal Road. Herein lies the problem with cycle lanes. Well, it's just got to 10 o'clock in the morning, the 9th of February 2021, I believe. And I'm not going the way I want to now. But yes, if you do go cycling in your home country, go there first. Go for a weekend ride. I recommend about 50 kilometres or 30 miles as a day ride, just for fun. It's a comfortable distance. I think most people could do that if you've done some cycling. But it's the journey when you're cycling, not really where you're going. So don't worry about too much if there's not some magical place to go. Just go. This track's sending me right up this hill. I would much prefer to be on that motorway. I understand why we're not allowed, but it doesn't make me like it. Good morning. I'm worried this isn't going to go unless I hit this button. Try that. So if anyone else has any exciting cycling anecdotes, do feel free to leave them in the comments. I will try to read them all. Well, I intend to read them all. I don't think I'll have many, so I can get through one or two comments relatively easy. There we go. I'm allowed to move again. Come on, legs. Keep pumping. Oh, geez. It's horrible when you have to start on the up. Hang on a sec, my bike doesn't feel right. I don't know. I think it's my imagination. Oh no, I can't start on this hill. Oh, it's annoying. Should never stop on a hill, I know. It's moments like these I realise why people call these machines a push bike. Sometimes you just have to push. I think I can get on this cycle lane across this road. How do you get across this road? This is a Mickey Mouse signalling area. I have no idea what I'm meant to do here, but I guess that's what I have to do. As I said earlier, I stayed with a friend last night. I've visited other friends on this journey. You may be wondering why I don't show them. It's simple, really. It's, for once, it's called Vincent's Bike Ride, not Vincent's Visiting Friends. Also, I think it's rude to video people without their prior consent. Maybe I'll ask someone at some stage. We don't talk about anything exceptionally interesting though, so, well, I think to the public we tend to talk about what you guys would talk to your family and friends about, you know. Oftentimes it's not things that other people really want or need to hear. But where I was staying last night, the lady of the house, if that's the correct term, my friend's wife, she works for a skydiving crew. That's always been one thing I've thought, simply no. I cannot see the reason to jump out of an aeroplane. Unless maybe it's on fire or something, you know. It's going to crash. Your only chance is to jump out. Then you could argue, well, it's good to get some practice, but I don't often go into. God, this sign feels low. I don't often go in an aeroplane, but I try to avoid them as much as I can. So I don't think I really need to practice. And also, isn't it really quite important? Where's the aeroplane when you jump out? I mean, if you're over an open ocean, maybe it's better just to go down with the ship. So yeah, I guess I'm going to the right here. Again, no idea. I just want to go straight. And this looks like a dead end. Nope. Yep, no. Where the hell am I going? Hence why I don't like cycle lanes. I have no idea where they go. You can look on your maps of your motorways and your roadways. It's all well and good, but cycle paths, man, they just go anywhere. I'm guessing I'm turning to the right here as well. And another steep little incline. So now I'm just on a footpath. This isn't a cycle lane. I have no idea where to go now. I have no idea where I am. obviously at some shopping centre. No signs of these cyclones at all. Is this just a shopping centre? Oh well, I'm gonna have to pull over now because I have no idea where to go. Because as it always seems to be in New Zealand, there's no signs. So we're back soon. Back on the road again. Welcome back. For you it would have been mere seconds, for me only a few minutes. So at the shopping centre, which is just behind me now, it was horrible. They had loudspeakers pumping up really bad cover music. It's actually quite torturous. So I had to vacate there and I walked through to get as far away from the music as I could, if you can deem that terrible racket music. I got as far away as I could, and coming down the other side of the shopping centre hill was an elderly couple. So as often is the case when you're riding a bicycle fully loaded, they started to chat, so I took the opportunity to get directions. Now we're off again. Didn't need my map. It's always very cool. So I need to go to this next junction. I think I must take the... Oh no, she said it would say Helensville. Maybe to Kumu and Wellsford. Massey, I don't know. Looking at my ever trusty compass. Going south or west, I'm going north. These don't make sense at all, but maybe my compass is off. Oh no, here we go. It's not 16 though. That's 32. Oh, sorry about this, I'm going to have to look at this map. Hello everybody. So I haven't moved. I'm about to go down this road. Oh, this is the right way. She was right. On the map it says you take route 23. That sign says 32. That's what I was confused about. So I double checked, and this name of the actual street or the road is the correct one. So this says 32, the map says 23. That's very good, isn't it? That's very useful. I'm going to blame that on the map. On the road should always be right. I did see behind those plants there a sign saying Helensville's only 30 k's away. So it's only going to be a 40k ride today. Nice. That's if I get there and there's something worth getting to. Well, that was all a big kerfuffle. Reason, as I've said, I don't like cities. There's too many options, too many roads to choose. If you don't know where you're going, yeah, you get that. It's just the stop starting. Not really getting lost. I don't tend to get lost super often. It's more I just need to check where I'm at and look at maps and ask people. I don't mind asking people. I quite like it's an opportunity to talk to someone, which you should always take, I think. Everyone should always talk to each other instead of fighting and listening to their governments lie to them how these people are bad, these people are evil, these people are this, these people are that. Just talk to the people. Don't listen to your governments. Well, I was saying about the skydiving, how it's not something I'd like to do. And the lady of the house last night works at a place they do skydiving. She doesn't actually do skydiving. She said it's not her thing. She works, I guess, in management or some such. But anyway, I was saying to her how no interest in skydiving. It's an element I'm not suited for. The sky, falling. I don't actually like the feeling of even jumping off things. I don't like jumping into water for one thing. I'm not a particularly fond swimmer, as in I'm not fond of swimming, but I do it. Go snorkeling in the Red Sea and it's always very nice. But I am literally a fish out of water in those circumstances. Big floundering fish. But diving, on the other hand, as like skydiving, falling out of skies, well, that's what I was saying. I lost my train of thought, sorry. So yeah, I don't like jumping into water, so even when I was going snorkeling off boats or things like that, I can't jump into the water. I always have to go down a ladder or something. It's just a weird fear I have. It's irrational, I know. But fortunately I don't have fears of like spiders or any mundane things which make your life uncomfortable. I was once a tour guide in Egypt. On one of my tours, I had a lady who was literally petrified of cats. The humble house cat. That's a horrible, irrational fear to have, if you ask me. For one, I like cats, so I guess she doesn't, so for her it's not so bad. But Egypt is an unfortunate place to pick to go for a holiday if you don't like cats, because the Egyptians like cats. They had a deity, I think it was Kemet or something, who was a cat-headed god or goddess. So on this tour, with a few other people on the tour, I got some little squirty water bottles or water pistols, and would set her up and put bags around her leg area so the cats can't get to them. And on the corner of the table, I would sit. On each of the other 3 quarters, someone else would sit with this sole job of keeping an eye out for cats. We took it as a bit of fun though, it wasn't serious. And if a cat comes close, we give them a little spray of water, just very lightly. Cats don't tend to like water, so just keeping them back. I felt bad, I like the cats. I'd often like to finish my meal, order a shisha, and relax with my pipe. And I invite a cat to jump on my lap and have a cat to stroke. It's all very well and decent, if you ask me. But this lady was petrified of she'd just start going absolutely mental if a cat got even close. So as I said, my irrational fear of jumping into water, not so bad. As for diving though, it's another thing I don't tend to like. As I said, I reasonably enjoy snorkeling. I'm not by any means a water person. The idea of swimming around, yeah, not my thing. Going yachting, no thank you. But this is all good, if you ask me. Different people, different feelings, different things they like. Diversification, and it keeps everything interesting. So also in Egypt, when I was there, we used to go to a place on the Red Sea on the Sinai Peninsula called Dahab. And there we had a diving company that we worked with. So people could go diving and we essentially give them some sort of guarantee that it's going to be safe. Like the equipment's all checked regularly. You know, they're being vetted basically by people who know about these things. So you could do a thing called a try dive, which says what it is, you try to dive. And this is like I guess a tandem skydive. Skydive, try dive. Yeah, didn't sound similar. So you actually have another person holding your flotation devices and things so they can control your flotation and keep an eye on your ear. So you don't have to. But you can only go down to, I think it was 10 meters or some such, maybe it's less. Depth, just it's the rules for these apparently. Aha, we're coming to the junction to go north. There it is. Number 16 north, that's what I want. Very good. So these try dives were not that expensive if you wanted to buy one. I had no intention of it because I'm not really a water person. But I was told by the people who ran the diving, I wanted to give it a go. It was complimentary, they'll give it to me for free. Which is understandable. If I do it, I'll tell the groups, oh, tomorrow we're going to Dahab, the diving's amazing, you can see this, you can do that, you can do this, you can see that. It's going to drum up more people's interest. Oh, try dive, it's only this much and it's fantastic, this. Also, they were nice people, so maybe being a bit cruel saying they only did it for greedy reasons. But no, I tried it. In my first dive, I managed to stay underwater for almost 40 minutes, 40 minutes. And the guy I was diving with was quite blown away by that. He said most people do 20, 25 minutes on their first dive because they can't relax, they can't breathe properly. I said, you told me there's no problem with breathing, so I didn't worry about it. But I just found it dull. It wasn't the most thrilling or interesting thing to me. So. Yeah. But I'll always try again. So I did try another try dive, maybe a month later, and again, same. Didn't really care for it. And the hassle for getting into the wetsuit, putting on all the tanks, jibber jabbers for your face and your ear and your flippers, and spent more time getting dressed and undressed into the gear than the actual diving. This road's turning horrible. Going up a hill with no edge goer. Yeah, close this traffic is. Oh. Almost there. Oh, it's a slow climb, but we get there in the end. Of course, now I'm so knackered, cycling down the hills, not really a thing I want to do. On a roll. But we'll keep pedaling. What we're here for. This is a horrible road though. The white line's so close to the edge and there's a little drop. You don't want to tickle down. Then they put these cat's eyes in the area as well, just for more obstacles. Oh well. It is what it is. There's a Boris food market. I don't know how the accent of the sea goes. High crash risk. Well, sign. Don't stop that. A bit of water. Then I'll choke on the water. Oh, wineries. Lots of wineries in New Zealand. In fact, I have a friend who does wine making. But I must confess, not much of a wine drinker. I'll stick to beer. It's mainly a taste thing. I enjoy the taste of beer. Ironically, I drink cheap, shitty, what people would call cheap, nasty beer. But it's what I like, a lager. But yeah, wine, not really my cup of tea. Same with spirits, don't really drink spirits. At a push, I'll go for vodka. Straight vodka, just neat. Preferably out of the freezer, so it's nicely chilled, but I don't like it with water or ice or anything. We've had some very nice vodkas in places like Russia. Some really good vodkas. I try not to drink too much anymore. I used to drink way too much. I give myself once a week, have some beer. New Zealand's very expensive to go to a pub or anything. So I don't tend to go to pubs. I visit friends with some beer, and that's me done. All strawberries. Well, they're out of season. I don't feel like cooking strawberries. This one's nice. Ice cream. Oh. How much would I like an ice cream? Not enough to pay what they'll charge. Also, I don't like to cycle a day after drinking, because anyone who's ever had a drink and had the next day hangover knows energy levels aren't at their maximum. And for me, when I drink beer, my theory is one's too many, 10's not enough. Which means one being too many is, if I have one, I want more. Then I want more, then I want more, and eventually 10 is not enough. So abstaining is the easiest way. When I'm cycling, I tend to tell people I don't drink. If I'm, say, at a campsite or any place, someone offers me a beer, so I don't drink. Thanks, but no thanks. And that's just because I don't want to offend them by saying no. And it's easier than if you say, oh, I don't like to drink when I'm cycling. Oh, just one beer. You'll be alright. And we come back to that one's too many, 10's not enough scenario. We're chugging along today. Not making exceptionally good speed or anything. Get some pickers there, I guess, going to work. Some high crash risk enforcement area. What, they're enforcing high crashes? The signs are fun sometimes. One of the funniest I saw was in Australia. There's a sign with a bag covering the actual speed. So like these red circles with white inners and the number. Well, you couldn't see the number because of the black plastic bag. And underneath was a board on the pole saying new speed limits enforced or new speed limits. And it's like they don't tell you the new speed limit though. That's what it came across to me as, like, we've got a new speed limit. But we're not going to tell anyone. I thought that was funny. Well, there's a new town to go through. I don't know what town it is. Haven't gone very far though. There you go. Kumiu. I don't know how to say this place. I've never heard of it. Kumiu. Kimu. Yep. Trust me to say a place name. That's another thing as a tour guide. I tended to learn place names there, but because you're always going to the same places, you can afford to learn them. But sometimes you don't really know the correct pronunciation, and you've got to, even though it may be wrong, you've got to be a bit confident in saying what you think it is. Just to show the group that you're not someone who doesn't know what they're talking about, doesn't know where they are. If you say a place and you're confident about it, they tend to believe you. You go, I think it's called, or it may be like, I'm not sure how to pronounce it. Yeah. Not filling them with confidence. It's like, I've had people ask me, we used to have a saying as tour guides, people who come on tours leave their brains at home. And one of the reasons is sometimes you'll be walking along, like, and we used to go to Luxor to go to the Valley of the Kings where the pharaohs were buried. And in the Valley of the Kings we took a donkey ride. So first we walked to the River Nile from the hotel, get a boat across the river, and then we could get onto our donkeys. Of course, sometimes we'd be riding the donkeys at sunrise, so it was early in the morning, by the way. And of course, sometimes you'd see some other people walking on the streets. So one day I'm walking along and there's some man on the other side of the road walking the opposite direction. Naturally, one of the group says, "Where's he going?" I'm sure in their hometowns, unless it's a very small town and they know the person, if you see someone walking down the street on the opposite side of the road, you don't know where they're going. How would I know where this guy's going? Naturally, my answer was, he's the Imam, he's off to the mosque to do the call to prayer. They believed me. Well, I'm just going to pull over for a second. I think that might be the end of the battery for this camera. Back soon.